Coming up in today's episode.
Getting your car professionally cleaned. Since when does it cost like 40 quid?
So we've created a game called Board Game, haven't we? So we got it cleaned to get some professional footage and videos for that.
I now have put all my eggs in one basket, and if she doesn't get into that school that I want her to now, I'm not going to do it in front of Daisy. I'm not, but I'm going to fall apart.
I've spoken about it many times in this podcast. I went to a terrible school.
Yeah, and I don't want her to end up like you.
But
there has been talk in the media about rethinking the school holidays, right? Okay, so the head of Ofsted has suggested that the 6-week break can cause dysregulation, particularly for vulnerable and disadvantaged groups. But what do we think?
Welcome to the Fun Dad, Dean and Wife Unfiltered podcast. I am Dean.
And I am Sara. Why did you say it like that? You're so weird. I'm actually really annoyed this morning and I need to let it out. And I'm hoping that everybody will agree with my huge annoyance. Although I don't know why I'm so annoyed about it. You went and did it.
Yeah, well.
All right. Basically, it's something really stupid. But getting your car professionally cleaned, since when does it cost like 40 quid to get your car cleaned?
It was 38 quid, and I don't mind paying 38 quid.
What?
But no. Hang on. So I dropped it off. Then when I got my hair cut, left it there for an hour, like with some random car wash dudes, just left my car there. And, like, how trusting is that, by the way?
Very trusting.
And went back there, and it was 38 quid. And I was in such a rush to get back for an appointment for you. I was like, fuck, I wouldn't mind about a price anyway. And the thing that bothered me is the job just wasn't that good.
It's just shit. I got in the car and I was thinking, so we've had that car for a year and it's never been professionally cleaned. I've always cleaned it because basically we used to have a garage around the corner from our house and they used to clean cars, but it's gone. So I was like, so I've just been doing it myself. I've just been maintaining it myself. But
when was that?
But we need to get the car professionally cleaned.
When's that been?
Not the outside, I've maintained the inside, thank you very much. When you take the kids off to football and you let them wear their football boots all in the back of the car, who's been maintaining that?
Nobody could ever get in our car at any point in time of the last year and think, this is mint in here. They might for like a day and then...
Yeah, when I've cleaned it.
We don't maintain it.
Oh, fuck off. You clean it then. Anyway, but what I'm saying is 40 quid to get your car cleaned. I'm sorry, in my head, when I think in my head, like, oh, I'm going to go and get my car cleaned, I think 20 quid.
The thing is now, though, like I said to you on the way here, they've got like proper operations. I had like 7 geezers working on me yesterday, and they've got like a proper...
They're probably earning more than me. I'm shaping the minds of the future generation. People trust me with their most important thing in their entire life, their child, and I have 30 of them in a classroom. These guys cleaning the cars probably get more money than me.
It's singing Humpty Dumpty, shaping their mind.
Oh, fuck off. I'm really not in the mood for you today. I've told you to fuck off twice already. My mum's going to tell me
Humpty Dumpty.
He is so rude. You try teaching a class of 30 children for an entire week, then you come back and tell me that it's about singing Humpty Dumpty.
Fucking torture.
Right.
It's absolutely fucking torture. I do the reading thing with Ruby because we can go in to read with their class, can't we?
Yeah.
And we all sit there with our child and read books and that. 20 minutes is enough for me. I'm in there, I'm like, oh my God, that kid over there is driving me nuts. And I'm not even in charge of them.
Yeah, really annoying. But why did we have to get the car cleaned, Dean? Professionally. Feeling a little bit proud of you.
Yeah, so we've created a game called Board Game, haven't we? So we got it cleaned to get some professional footage and videos for that.
Yeah, he's underplaying it, guys. As you know, if you're a podcast OG, Dean has probably dipped his toe in about I'm gonna ballpark it at about 12 to 15 companies you've tried.
No, hang on.
Come on, you have from cheese boards to yoga mats to selling merch and. Come on. You love a company.
I was lying there last night and I was thinking to myself, why has this felt very easy? Like putting the website up.
It's a good idea.
Creating the product. It's a good idea. Blah, blah, blah. But then I was thinking, out of those failed attempts before, I learned how to build websites. I learned how to do all this stuff. I learned how to talk to designers.
All those failures.
So without all of those failures, without creating substandard merch, with Fun Dad on the T-shirts. But I dealt with designers during that period. I don't know what they were designing, but whatever. And it makes you learn. So you get to a product that's actually is good, really good. So
basically, the rationale behind it as well is a massive feature. It was our journeys to Wales, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously our journey is like 4 or 5 hours, and we don't want to put them on iPads for 4 or 5 hours, so we need other stuff to do. And I Spy can last about 5 minutes, and that drives me nuts. And then we've got a couple. It's okay, but once you play it a million times, it's not. So we've got a couple other games we play, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we basically the alphabet game we can play.
Yeah.
But so we just built a game, 50 versions of these kind of games that you can play for kind of 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever kind of takes your fancy or whatever your kids fancy playing at that time. They can just pick a card out and play whatever one they want to play.
Guys, I'm really proud of him. I'll never give him credit. I never give him credit ever. But credit's where credit's due. We were packing up all the orders. We had to close the pre-orders because there were so many. So I think when this podcast comes out, the game will be released. So check it out. I'm really proud of you, my babe.
Yeah, fundadgames.com.
Oh, yeah. But no, it's really good. And the feedback's been amazing of like people playing it. And
what's more exciting than actually selling them is getting reviews, is when people write a review and they say, it's solving the problem that you not meant it to do. That's the biggest thing, I think. Like, I get a buzz when the sale comes in, but when a review comes in, it's like, makes your day.
Do you know what though? It's even when your own children are doing it, like the kids, they know it's in the glove box and they'll be like, "Oh, can we play board game?" And they're starting to like look through the cards and find their favourite games or find a new one that they haven't played before.
Yeah.
So
there's a game for every mood. Like there's some games when they're like really energetic and creative, and there's other games where it's sort of more number games when it's kind of so yeah.
Oh, well done. I just thought I'd spend a couple of minutes and it will all go awry later on when he's pissing me off again. But credit where credit's due, babe. Well done.
What are we going to talk about today then?
Okay, so basically, there's just a little extra that I just wanted to add. When this podcast is released, we will know. But we find out our daughter's secondary school place on Monday. So today, when we're filming, is Friday, and we find out on Monday. And I've already pre-warned Dean that on Monday, I'm either going to be elated or devastated. There's going to be no medium. And my advice to everybody is, don't be a me. Don't have your head in the sand. If you don't have like a local feeder school, like we don't, because we live in a little village, and the kids from Daisy School can go off to like 12 different schools. There are no schools like in our area. They all have to get the bus. They're all really far away, or the train, or whatever. Don't be a me. Don't keep your head in the sand about it and just hope that it sorts itself out, because I now have put all my eggs in one basket, and if she doesn't get into that school that I want her to now, I'm not going to do it in front of Daisy. I'm not, but I'm going to fall apart.
But I've got a different take on it. You're like do or die. You think if she gets into this school, she's going to turn into an amazing.
No. I don't think that.
Hear me out. Hear me out. But this is the way you're portraying it. So if she gets into this school, you're going to think you're an amazing human being, really successful.
Just a better opportunity.
No, it's a better opportunity. She's going to come out amazing. If she goes to this other school, she'll come out.
I'm not talking about what she's going to come out like. I don't know why you got this idea in your head. I think that school has better opportunities. One of the other schools we walked into, it was like walking into Grange Hill. I felt like I walked into a fucking time warp and I was back in the 90s.
Let me just finish. Their school, it matters how they come out, because that's what you put them in.
I told you me liking him wouldn't last very long.
Fucking hell. Like, if she goes to this one school that really likes, she's going to be amazing. If she goes to this other school, it's going to be, like, terrible. It won't ever be like that. The other school is better, and she probably has better opportunities, but it isn't as big as what you believe it is. I don't think. I think whatever school she's going to go to, she's going to be fine.
They're incomparable.
I know, but she's had 11 years of being brought up by us, so we've got to trust
Yeah, exactly. We've got to help her all we can. Fucking hell.
I've spoken about it many times in this podcast, I went to a fucking terrible school.
Yeah, and I don't want her to end up like you.
Shut up. So let's say I went to a grammar school or a private or a semi-private.
I went to a grammar school.
Yeah,
end up like me.
Yeah, fuck that. And came out of private school.
A skint part-time primary school teacher.
Can you let me make my point? But if I'd gone to a grammar school or a private school, I probably wouldn't have come out that much different.
You would have. You'd have done your GCSEs. You didn't even turn up to half your fucking GCSEs. What kind of school allows that? You didn't even turn up. How many GCSEs did you actually take?
I don't think I'd have turned up at grammar school. I hated it.
You would have liked it better if you were at grammar school. People wouldn't have been pissing in your drinks at a grammar school. Wouldn't have happened.
That actually livened it up. At least it gave it some novelty.
Oh, that was really quite quite.
What I
vocal
mean
for
is,
us.
Monday is important, but let's not get like so down off if
Okay.
it's not the right school.
Try, calm, Sara. No, I'm
And
not going to be in a good place.
And the one that we want her to get in, she's got statistically about a 30% chance of getting in. And I keep saying this to you, so she's got a 70% chance of not getting in. So
I'll homeschool her. I'll quit.
Jesus,
I'd rather that.
homeschool.
I wouldn't rather
Look. I think homeschool can be a good idea, definitely. But
I think the more I'm going on, the more I think there's pros to it.
no, there is a lot of. I think there's a lot of pros to it, but not for us. Like, how would we do it?
Well, if I won the lottery, which I think about daily, I'm sure everyone thinks. Do you think about it? You don't. I think about it
This
daily.
game's the lottery.
If I won the lottery, then I think I would hire someone. I do.
Yeah, that's what people do. They kind
Yeah.
of get private tutoring, or they get help
Yeah.
online, and they build their day around not structured days. They might take them out places and experience stuff. I know that. I get that, but that's a full-time job for somebody, you know.
I know. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Just to let you, so basically, if I sob in the next podcast episode, it's because. Do you know what I think it is as well? I think it's because I haven't got control. I have absolutely zero control, and I find that very difficult as a person.
Yeah, you do.
Because I'm a control freak, so I'm finding it very difficult. But I have no control over this, like none.
That's why you just let it go.
I can't. I hate it.
You just driving yourself mad about it.
I am driving myself mad about it.
Anyway.
Good luck to everybody on Monday if you're finding out your school place.
I reckon it's do or die for a lot of people. Everyone has a favourite.
No, but a lot of people don't have these problems that we're having. Like a lot of places, they just live where they live and they've got the feeder school that most of the kids go to for secondary, and then they know they're going to get in and off they go.
Yeah.
That's not the case for us. It's all up in the air. Like she could literally get anywhere, and they do. Anyway,
whatever school she goes to, she'll find the pockets of bad people.
I know, she's so easily influenced. Right, okay, so moving on, I would like to talk about today. There has been talk in the media about rethinking the school holidays, right? Okay, so the head of Ofsted has suggested that the 6-week break can cause dysregulation, particularly for vulnerable and disadvantaged groups. But what do we think? Okay, so in England, pupils attend school for 190 out of 365 days of the year. So basically, the head of Ofsted has suggested that the 6-week break is not an ideal model for the kids that we currently have in schools. This
Too long, right?
He's saying that it's too long and then we need to spread it out potentially across the year, or also suggesting by saying that pupils attend school for 190 out of 365 days of the year, he's making it sound that they aren't in school very much. You're not equating there for weekends and all things like that, but I don't know. I have a view of the holidays.
So you have the same amount of time off throughout the year, but it's like more staggered, basically. You have the same amount of weeks.
Potentially saying that maybe they need to be in school more.
Be at school more?
Yeah.
No. Oh, no, I don't think that.
No. So, me being me, love a little bit of research. And obviously, for me as a teacher, I suppose I probably have a skewed view. So, I wanted to get kind of both sides of the coin. So, I was thinking about what's the pros of changing up the holidays and what are the cons? Okay, so the most obvious pro that people listening may be thinking of, particularly if you are a working parent, the pros is I don't know what you all do as full-time working parents for those 6 weeks in the summer. I don't know how you work it.
But even part-time parents, you're off for the 6 weeks. Like even working parents,
but any working parent, I suppose, for the 6 weeks holidays, I can imagine it would be really hard to arrange childcare. Like I'm seeing my sister go through it now that my nephew's at school, and it is a long time to arrange childcare.
Yeah.
So I'd love to know, please, on this, let's put a poll on Spotify as well, and just, would you be interested in shortening the holidays? Because the thing is, by shortening those 6 weeks, you're still going to have pockets of time the rest of the year where you still have to sort it out.
Yeah,
do you know
but 6 weeks, I remember my mum having to do it because she obviously went to work, and 6 weeks from it must have been turmoil because I wouldn't go to those clubs. I was too shy. You know those like football clubs.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
fucking going there. So she had to either take time off, like
Yeah.
use her holiday for a couple of
Or
weeks,
force you in.
or I'd go to my nan's.
Why didn't you just force you
And
in?
my nan
You'd
used
have
to,
probably loved it when you got
Nan
there.
used to take us to Marks and Spencer's. 2 young kids and a day out to Marks and Spencer's. I was like, just come to the park or somewhere.
Leave your nan alone.
And then she'd wonder why that I would get bad reports. So when Mum used to pick us up and be like, I've been nightmare today. I'm like, yeah, but
You took me to Marks and Spencer's.
you took me to Richmond High Street. I'm like 10. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. But yeah, no, that is a big... We've never had to worry about that because of your job.
You say that, but last year, everyone's going to be like, Sara, come on, get real. But last year I had to do it for 3 days.
Oh, stop.
I know, I did. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I only had to do it. So basically my school, where I work, has adopted a 2-week October half term, right? Which is great. We've been on a couple of cheaper holidays, haven't we, at that time? Took the kids out of school, got a fine. Oops. But do I want the extra time in October or do I want the extra time in July? Because so my school then added on the week at the end of the school year. And so our kids had already finished school because their kids didn't do that. So our kids had already finished school and I only had to do it for 3 days. I had to arrange childcare for 3 days. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was even the whole like dropping him off, picking him up in the mornings before I went to work, like what was going on. And yeah, I had to do it for 3 days and it was hard. So I can't imagine what people do for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And the cost of it.
I reckon we'll get quite an even split on yes and no for that. I think I think people might find that a nightmare.
Yeah. However, I would just like to say a con for me, so a disadvantage of it, is I really like to get into a routine of the holidays. So I find when they're off school for like a week, for example, like the February half term, I feel like we don't really get into like a rhythm of routine in the holidays. Whereas I feel like in the summer holidays and the Easter holidays, we can kind of get into a routine better.
Yeah, I get
getting
that.
up, sleep patterns,
Yeah, I get that.
getting organised and getting them involved at doing things at home. I do really see the merit in that as well. And I like the fact in 6 weeks holidays, we can find our rhythm and our...
You mean we just go to the caravan?
Yeah, well, we obviously, we're really lucky. We do
Yeah.
have a caravan. So probably my opinion of the holidays is skewed because obviously the caravan we have to pay for that. We have our monthly, yearly pitch fees and all that kind of thing. So it's not like it doesn't cost us. However, when I'm there for those 6 weeks, I can go days and days without spending any money. Like I get my Asda shop delivery, I get the lollies, I get the ice creams, I get, everything delivered. We go down the beach, we go to parks. Everything we're doing when we're at the caravan is free. Bike rides, walks. So I don't spend any money there.
And the kids love those 6 weeks. Got to remember that. As a kid, I loved the summer holidays.
Memories.
They went really slowly. Like 6 weeks now as an adult goes like that, but 6 weeks as a kid, like they went really slowly. That was the best time of the year. You loved them. So you got to remember that as well.
Yeah.
It's not just what's best for us.
Because I find as well, really disappointingly, that the weather, we're in the UK, guys, the weather in June and July is always bang on, right? We have our heat waves in June and July. It's always amazing. And I'm sending my kids to school in a heat wave. I'm going to work in a heat wave. All those things we could be doing. And then it gets to August. And I remember August of 2023, absolute washout.
Yes, I looked at the stats of weather.
Oh, what? You're so weird. That's what he does in his spare time. Go on.
June's the hottest.
Yeah. So why aren't our summer holidays in June and July?
Is June the hottest? June's the hottest. June's the best, basically. But I think pretty much June's the best. And August, August felt like the best when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It felt like the hottest, but it's not now.
No.
You look at the average temperature, it's not. But we always go to the caravan in August and think, why is it not absolutely boiling?
I know.
And it's not. It's not, no.
So that's my, especially with all the fining and stuff that's coming in to schools in England, which I get from a safeguarding perspective. I do get it from lots of perspectives of the school. However, for those parents like us and who have children like ours who do go to school all the time, like we did take our kids out in October, But I've actually calculated if they're not ill by the end of the year and we don't take them anymore, their attendance is still going to be like 96%.
The thing is, what would you do? Take the 2 weeks off, say summer, and then put like a week on another half term, and then another week on another half term. So the May half term.
Yeah, so
would you make that 2 weeks, and then maybe the October half term? Which think about making that 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks.
That's
anyway
2 weeks
for a lot,
anyway
yeah.
now. So
not for everybody, for a lot of places. Yeah.
So that's stagger it a bit more like that. Do I like that? No. I don't. No, I prefer no.
That's what I mean. I think as well, not all children love and thrive in school. Let's be honest, they don't. Not you. I was one of them. I loved school. I even enjoyed secondary school. I enjoyed school. However, even the fact that I enjoyed school, I still loved the holidays. And I think children need a break from school and they need to spend quality time with their families. They need time to like reset and, pursue other interests that maybe they can't do when they're at school.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I love the holidays. I definitely don't want my kids being in school any more than they're in school at the moment.
No, I'd do less.
Oh.
I do. I think half it's a waste of time. I think that. I think half the lessons are just not.
It depends on the type of parents, though, because we're the type of parents that we will educate and teach our children outside of school.
Yeah.
Not all parents have the
I'm not saying it's a waste of time in
that,
but a lot of the stuff I sat in as a kid, I haven't got anything out of. It's just I'm a bad example. I hated it, so I was really jealous of people who like school.
But
really jealous of them.
You did go back to adult education in your 20s.
Yeah, so when
you had to go back in order to be where you are now. You still needed an education.
That's cool. But I loved maths at school. That was my favourite subject. So I went to do accountancy. It might sound boring to people, but I love maths. I love numbers. I'm really good with that. So is our youngest. Like she loves that. But a lot of the stuff that I was at school like. I don't know, French or like learning another. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with learning another language. That's great if you want to do that. But I have no interest. No. Zero. I don't care. I can speak English everywhere. I know that's ignorant, but that's the fact of life. And I just have no. If learning Spanish could earn me another 500k a year doing something, then I'd probably care.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I just didn't. So I just think half it is, and I think send to school anymore is counterproductive for a lot of kids,
Yeah. I think as well, when I was looking at the pros and cons, so for me, a pro of maybe rethinking the structure of the summer holidays, and it's going to sound really random, but bear with me. So think about when all the exams are taken, like your GCSEs, your A-levels, kind of the important exams, all that kind of stuff. Most of them are done in the summer months when it's hot. Now, I remember doing my GCSEs and I suffer incredibly badly with hay fever. And I genuinely think that I was at a disadvantage to some of my peers who didn't have hay fever because I was in the exams, itchy eyes, itchy nose, sneezing, scratching my eyes. No,
that's an excuse if ever I've heard one.
But it's true.
What's 2 + 2?
You're so weird. 2 + 2 in a GCSE. You're so rude. But just bear with me, Dean. If it's hot in those summer months, is it the best time to be taking the exams?
I get that. Yeah,
I think they have spread them over the year a bit more in more recent years. I think children can take like modules and exams and stuff at different points, but it was just an idea.
No, that is a small observation that I've No, that is fucker. I've never really thought of that. Well, I didn't go to many of them, so
Exactly. You didn't even do your GCSEs.
I did a few.
How many did you do?
I got C's in. I was brilliant at maths, but I only got a C because I didn't apply myself.
You're not good then, are you? I'm brilliant at maths. I got a C.
Sara, you do 8 times 2, and you have to be like
16.
working. 7 times 11.
77.
Okay.
What?
12 times 14.
12 times 12 is
144 plus 20, 168.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, not good at that.
Shaping minds, apparently. Jesus Christ.
I could have worked it out. I just wasn't in the mood to work it out. Anyway, right. Pros and cons of changing the holidays. What are we thinking? Are you thinking in your brain now? Have you got something that you're thinking, do you know what? I feel very strongly to change them, or I feel very strongly not to change them. Because something else that I've noticed having, going back and forth to Wales and being at a school, is the school holidays don't seem to be consistent across England and Wales, across even parts of England. And for even somebody I know, which I think this is insane, there was an infant school. I won't say where it is. There was an infant school and a junior school. Okay, both had the same name. So I'm not going to say the actual names. I'm going to make one up. But say it was infant school Kingston, junior school Kingston, right? One of them had already started the academy process, so had already academised. So loads of people had children in the infants and children in the juniors. They gave them different fucking Easter holiday dates.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I'm sorry, but how can an infant school and a junior school not communicate enough to make sure that their holiday dates are the same?
They must be communicating. There must be a reason.
This is the thing as well, which must be really difficult for families maybe who have some children in primary school and some children in secondary school, or they have children, because this could happen at different primary schools, or maybe you're co-parenting and you've got children in one school and you've got your partner's children at another school. And their holidays are different.
I thought the boroughs were the same, though.
No, not always.
Not?
Well, no, because so many schools are academies now as well, and they can make up kind of the rules. But impact on families with multiple children. Surely it would be easier for parents, especially working parents, if it was consistent.
Yeah, of course.
But then that's going to rank those holiday prices up abroad
exactly.
again,
I think that's
it?
why they do it. I find it really annoying when we go to Wales and they've got different half term. We're like, where are all the Welsh kids for my kids to play with? And they're fucking at school. We've gone to the caravan site to play with all these kids they haven't seen for the thing, and then they're at school. And it's like, selfishly, that is really fucking annoying. It's like, why can't we just have a general half term across the UK?
It is annoying. I do believe that. But also, I do see fondly, because that happened Easter last year. We got to the caravan and I was like, where are all our friends? Where are all our friends' kids? What's going on? Because you were working in the caravan.
Oh, no, I've got to talk to my husband now.
So I couldn't talk to you because you were working. You chucked us out the caravan every day. Oh, I've got a meeting at 11, I've got a meeting at 2, and I've got a meeting at 4. So basically just fuck off all day. Oh, okay, I'll just entertain the kids all day. And anyway, and we went out. But it was nice because the girls did play together. It forced them to kind of get on and play together and stuff like that. But
get on's a stretch.
Get on is a stretch, yeah. But they missed their friends. So there was pros of it not being the same, but it's better. It was nice when it was all the same.
Definitely.
So should the holidays be unified? Or is that just going to hike the price
Apparently
up
they
even more?
don't do it. One of the reasons is because of that, going on holiday. Too many people be off at the same time.
Right.
And that would push prices up. I've heard that. I don't know if that's just other bollocks, but it could be. It sounds
plausible.
We don't care about that anyway. We just put our kids out. So.
All right.
They're all breakers.
Oh no.
Oh.
But as a teacher, going from the perspective of a teacher, the 6 weeks holidays is a long time. Okay, so just not saying that I necessarily agree with this. I think I've made it clear. My stance on summer holidays is if anything, I'd like to lengthen them. I'd like them to be 8 weeks. But anyway, this argument is a kind of counteracting argument for that. So there is such a thing in the educational world as what we call summer learning loss. So basically, it's where pupils forget knowledge and skills that has been taught to them during the school year, because there's a lot of knowledge and skills that we revisit regularly, throughout periods, weekly or daily basis, so that they retain, retain the information or the skills or the knowledge that's being taught to them. So by shortening the 6 week break, that would mean that what they call summer learning loss, when the children are off for 6 weeks, many children in those summer holidays won't pick up a book, won't pick up a pencil, won't do any writing, won't do anything in terms of what the school deems as, learning knowledge and skills. So by redistributing the holiday days throughout the year to more frequent, shorter breaks, it could help maintain learning momentum for the children throughout the year from the school's perspective.
Yeah, more they're there, the better they retain it. I'm sure.
I wasn't sure I was going to make that point properly.
No, but you did.
Maybe I did.
I saw a great reel the other day from Lee. Was it Lee Parkinson, the teacher?
Oh, yeah, Mr. P.
And he said,
big up.
The best advice he could give any parent would be just to read with them every single night, because he can tell what kids have done that and what kids haven't,
Yeah.
and it's clear as day. And it went viral actually. It was a great reel, and it was like, I've read more now. I do it anyway, but now
Yeah.
I make sure I do it every single night, because some nights I'm like, fucking hell, like I'm well tired and like just can't be bothered, and sometimes I make an excuse like the odd time, but now I'm like, no, 2 books, do it. This is really, really important time. So even for the summer holidays, if you do that, get as much reading in, you know, that helps as well, doesn't it? But
it absolutely does. I completely agree. You know, because as a teacher, you do work incredibly hard throughout the whole year, particularly a year like my year, like reception. You're teaching them all their phonics sounds, you're teaching them their tricky words, you're teaching them the basics of maths and number bonds and all that. And lots of that type of learning is repetition, repetition, repetition. You want them to remember it and apply it. And then children they go off for those 6 weeks. And you can tell, the year 1 teacher can, because I've also taught year 1 as well, you can tell the children that have continued practicing and rehearsing their reading and all those skills that they've built up throughout the whole reception year, that 6 weeks, I do see it. There is this summer learning loss, and you can tell the children that have continued to apply it and practice it over the holidays and those that haven't.
Just keeps their brain a bit switched on as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just keeps it. It's like if you go on holiday for a couple of weeks as an adult and you go back to work, you're like, huh?
Yeah.
How do I even read an email? Like your brain's completely fucking gone.
I think it's weighing up the importance of different things though, because the summer holidays for me just give that idea of childhood freedom. Like you're never going to take that away from that, and being able to travel. You know, by not having the summer holidays and by potentially shortening shortening them and having other holidays, you're going to limit some children's experiences to travel. You know, maybe you want to go to Australia. You're not going to go to Australia for a week, maybe in the week's holidays. You know, you're going to go somewhere far. You want to make it worth it. So are we going to limit those family bonding, you know, experiences, or even that cultural exposure to different countries? You know, we're a diverse country in the UK. There's people from kind of all walks of life in many different countries, you know, and perhaps you've got roots back to India and you want to take your children back to, you know, go and see some cousins or some family in India. You're not necessarily going to go to India for a week.
No.
You know, are we limiting the children's cultural exposure by shortening the summer holidays? Because the summer holidays are a great time to go further afield, explore the world.
Why isn't it working? What's his excuse? Why isn't it? Why does he want to show? Why isn't we getting dumber? Would the kids be smarter if we done this? Like what?
Well, I think for vulnerable and disadvantaged groups, so you know, we're lucky. We have got money. The 6 weeks holidays for us, we don't have to rely on free school meals. We don't have to rely on support with childcare hours and things like that. But many people in this country do.
Okay.
And then to go into this 6 week period and think like we're so lucky that we don't have that. But imagine if we were going into this 6 week period being like, I don't know how I'm going to feed my kids. All those snacks, all that food, all those things that school does provide for my children. You know, maybe those parents who have mental health issues, and for them, school is like a go and get to school. We all need it as a family for this. And then to be with them for the 6 weeks might be really hard for some people. So I think that's where he's saying that vulnerable and disadvantaged groups, they're quite vulnerable for those
that makes complete
holiday
sense.
periods.
We should have done a poll on this before.
We should have.
It's a great poll question, isn't it? Should we
Very
shorten the 6 weeks holiday?
Yeah.
We can do one on Spotify, can't we? So let's do it on Spotify. Yeah, vote
I mean,
for this.
you say we. I don't have the technical skills to do something like that. You can do it.
Oh, so I'm good at something.
Yeah. I've praised you in today's podcast. I've told you well done.
Yeah, you put loads of stories
Would you like me to
recently
get up
on my
and give you a
Instagram.
pat on the back?
Loads of stories.
Well, go on.
Loads of stories recently about my inept ability to clean up or clear up.
You are inept at cleaning up. But that's a story for another day. Just watch my Instagram stories because I love mugging him off. You've mugged me off on your reels since 2020, okay? You've been mugging me off in your reels for 6 years.
And that's why we can afford a caravan. So just look at that. Just going. Me slagging you off has paid dividends.
It has.
Yeah.
And I'll slag you off back.
Right.
Oh my God, everyone just follow me, like and do all my stuff, and then I'll overtake him, and then I'll be like, haha, in your face.
I actually think your page is getting a bit more popular. I know you don't really post reels, but you get real interaction with stories.
For those.
No fucker DMs me anymore. I just don't get any DMs.
Oh, DM him, guys. Be like, hi, Dean. Love to hear
You used to
your
get loads of DMs, and now
podcast."
you're like replying to all your DMs in the stories in the evening, and I'm like, all I can hear is crickets in the fucking inbox.
Oh, I'll message you. I'll send you a voice note.
You even get dodgy inbox messages from.
Oh my God, guys. So I'm actually going to stop the podcast for a second, share this story. It's so weird. So basically, I always say about weirdos, right? And obviously, we've talked on the podcast before about the guy who was like wanting to buy my dirty knickers and stuff like that. And I'm like, block.
That was definitely a business opportunity. I saw some good value there. 10 out a week. What's that? $3,000 a week. Fucking
Yeah, because he started off with like £300, and I was like, oh,
there's
like
people selling
fucking hell,
farts.
that's
There's people
weird.
selling farts. You could easily sell those knickers.
Anyway, I'm not feeding that perversion.
I'm joking, by the way.
But anyway, so he was basically messaging, and he kept on commenting on my pictures, being like, "You're hot. You're so hot. Like
You are hot.
I'm like, thanks, babe." I just kept commenting, and I was like, "This is weird." Anyway, I left it, and then you posted a reel, didn't you, of Dean looking very hunky and sexy in the gym, looking gorgeous. And what did he comment?
He commented something like, crap husband and what? No, crap husband and father, but at least you're fit, eh? Or something like this. Like
Rude.
Meaning that I put all my effort into the gym and I'm crap at home. And then I just left it. I thought, I'm not biting to that. So, and then...
But then I recognised the name, and I was like, hold on a minute, I recognise that name. So then I went back into my inbox, and it was the guy that was like spamming me all the time and like creeping me out.
To be fair, the fucking weirdo's probably listening now, bashing one off hearing your voice. Are you doing that, mate? Are you there?
Oh my God. I have no words. This is so disgusting. Oh, please, I really hope no one does that.
Are you there, Fox Kelly? Fox Kelly.
Anyway, so I just blocked him, basically. I don't know where that story came from or why we started that story.
Fuck knows,
but
I've completely lost
weirdos on the internet,
I've completely
guys.
lost all direction of this podcast.
Yeah, it's
now.
gone. But please let us know what you think about the holidays, because obviously for me as a teacher as well, just coming back to our main point of the day, just like to say as well that the holidays are essential for teacher burnout and the mental health of both pupils and teachers. Like for me is the number one. I don't know why I left it till last, but that is my.
A lot of people
I
say,
just don't think short. I'm gutted now. So my October half term is now 2 weeks, and my summer holidays are now 5 weeks, and I'm gutted. To be honest with you, like I don't finish till like almost the end of July, and I'm gutted about that. I want to have if it was up to me, I'd give the kids June and July off.
Yeah, but people say, oh yeah, teachers get, I don't know, 13 weeks off a year. They should be fucking thankful and all this.
Go and spend a week in the classroom then.
Let me just finish. And they always talk about how can they be burnt out, but I see it firsthand, the stresses you have. Like sometimes you come home, it doesn't finish at home either. Like at least with my job, I come home and it's done, and I can just but it doesn't with you. So there is that. Teachers burning out and pupils burning out ain't no good for anyone, are they? Anyone burning out, that's a long recovery. So should we finish on that?
Let's finish on that. Thanks for listening.
But definitely
everybody.
answer that poll below, because I think this is really interesting.
If you're listening on Spotify.
Yeah.
Or let us know what you think. Also, I'm pretty sure, I'm adding on. Why do I always do this? I'm pretty sure that holidays in Ireland, I think it's Ireland, people have told me before, are different. They get a lot longer than in England. So let me know if I'm right or wrong on that.
Yeah.
I could just Google it.
Irish accent's my favourite as well.
Okay.
Don't know why I said that.
If you're Irish, send Dean a voice note. And have a lovely week.
Thank you for listening.